The Stone Age was a broad prehistoric period during which stone was widely used to make tools with an edge, a point, or a percussion surface. The period lasted roughly 3.4 million years and ended between 8700 BCE and 2000 BCE with the advent of metalworking. The Stone Age is the first of the three-age system of archaeology, which divides human technological prehistory into three periods: the Stone Age, the Bronze Age, which was most notable in Europe, and the Iron Age. Stone was used to make objects that could be used to cut, pierce, or even hammer. Early humans used these tools to hunt, gather, and even prepare food for eating or storage.
Stone Age is a period when the inhabitants generally depended on the environment for survival. But from the way the age is named, Stone Age, it just implies that people relied much on tools which they made from stones. So these were the tools that they used for their everyday activities. But also the tools were not just made out of stones, but some were also made out of things like wood.
Stone Age artifacts include tools used by modern humans and by their predecessor species in the genus Homo, and possibly by their earlier species. Bone tools were used during this period as well, but are rarely preserved in the archaeological record.
Tools were made from a variety of materials. Like I said, there is wood in addition, and there's also teeth. There's also bones. People would actually make tools from the bones of the animals that they would kill. So it's not just a period characterized by stone tools only. There were other supplementary tools that they used.
The oldest stone tools were excavated in northwestern Kenya and date to 3.3 million years. Some Stone Age tools discovered include axes, arrows, and knives. It is believed that today's Khoisan people are direct descendants of the Stone Age people in southern Africa who left their mark on the world in the form of rock paintings which kept alive thousands of years ago. The San are the oldest inhabitants of southern Africa, where they had lived for at least 20,000 years. During the Stone Age period, it is believed that social life was simple and groups mainly traveled in small numbers of 20 to 25. There was division of labor as men hunted and women gathered fruits and nuts.
People did not live in large groups. They lived in very, very small groups of about, some would say 30 to 40 people. Some would say 30 to 100 people.
And this group was comprised of the grandfather, the father, the mother, the children, then the cousin, the aunts, and stuff like that. So it was a family grouping, and the leader of that group automatically became sort of like a chief. But because of the role that the leader played, his role, we can compare that to villaging.
Hunting was done using poison arrows, snares, and covered pits. It is believed that they used caves and tree branches for shelter, mainly because they were nomadic hunters who moved with the migration of wild animals. Historians believe that the Stone Age people were religious and believed that nature was the dwelling of the gods. Large pools and mountains were the homes of spirits which they worshipped. They also danced to the new moon. They made religious sacrifices to God.
They believed in one God, and if you go to places like Botswana and other places, that God they used to, they call him Tora, but here in Zimbabwe they call him Wariara, and now Itora is Ama Angels here in Zimbabwe. So what happened was, during the year, Amasan used to have Ama dances. For example, like there is this major dance called Iboro dance. Iboro dance was a healing dance.
The Stone Age was ended by the innovation of the technique of smelting ore. This ushered in the Bronze Age. However, The use of bronze was not widespread over the continent of Africa. Evidence of Bronze Age is seen in North Africa, most notably in Egypt and Nubia. Bronze is an alloy of copper and tin, each of which was smelted separately during the Bronze Age. Stone remained in use in parallel with the metals for some objects, such as stone pottery, and in other cases as handles.
Digging for something during the Stone Age, they will use those stones on a lana to dig or to do certain things on it, or to cut even this slash. They use. But during the Iron Age now, they could make even knives, they could make arrows, they could make even sloga. So in transformation from Stone Age to Iron Age,
the end of the Stone Age signaled the end of a simple era and marked the beginning of a new way of life, one that would have everlasting effects on its landscape.